ready to create your Works Cited page, just go to the John W. Chi Library webpage, hover over the Research tab, and choose from the drop-down menu the Works Cited Bibliography Creator. And this takes you to a link to EasyBib. It also gives you a link to the Purdue Online Writing Lab, which is a really nice resource. And you can specifically go to MLA style that gives specific formatting for not just your works cited, but also within your paper. And if you are doing a social studies paper, then you can choose APA style over here just to make sure that you are doing things correctly. We're going to go into EasyBib, so go ahead and click on EasyBib. And once you are there, what I would like you to do so that your information saves under your username and password, because I don't expect that you'll get this done in one sitting. So go ahead and click Login. And if you have a Google, AOL, or Yahoo account, you can log in using one of these. That way you don't have another username and password to remember. If you don't, you can register for a free account just by clicking on that link, filling out these boxes, and you can register. I am going to sign in using Google. And I know that I'm in because my name is up here. And now I'm ready to start a new project. So I click on New Project, sticking with the latest version of MLA. And I am researching school uniforms, so I type that in. Here's my project, school uniforms. I click on the bibliography link, and it gives me various options of sources I can cite. I have been working specifically with Gale opposing viewpoints, and here is the article that I have been reading and researching. So what I'm going to do is highlight the title, copy it, go to my EasyBib tab, and oh wait, now I need to find out exactly what source it is. I know that I'm on a website, but this is a database that includes print sources. So I need to look at maybe my citation tools. And this is for downloading or exporting my citation tool, which you can do. But if you go down to the very bottom, you will see source citation. And I'm going to look through here. I have an author, and here's an editor, a city, and a publication company. Anytime I see the city, I know that I'm researching a book. So this specifically is a chapter, a section out of a book. So going back to EasyBib, I choose book, and then I paste in the title of my chapter, and it gives me school policies, and says Jumana Carroll, who probably is the editor, Greenhaven Press 2008. So going back to opposing viewpoints, I see that here's ED standing for editor, Jumana Carroll, Detroit, Greenhaven Press in 2008. So I'm pretty sure that's the one that it is. So I can select it. Now it's asking me, is it in print? No, I got it from an online database, and I did not read the entire book, only a chapter or section. So from the drop-down menu, I choose that, and I can paste in again the name of that chapter or section. Notice that my important words are capitalized, and Carol is not my author, but the source editor. I can add another contributor because going back to here, I see I have Kent J. Fetzer. I'm only going to take Kent Fetzer because here's a first name, J, middle initial, last name. And he indeed is a section author. Notice my P is not capitalized, so I need to change that. If there's any kind of advanced information like volume, edition, series, I need to look to see if there's a volume. Opposing viewpoints. I do not see a volume or an issue or anything like that. The page numbers. Out of books, chances are you will not put page numbers in. Sometimes you do. What database did I use? I used Gale. Opposing viewpoints. Again, I am capitalizing my important words. Date of access. Just going to put today in. And it asks me for the URL, but down here it says the MLA 7 says to leave it out unless the source cannot be located without it or if the instructor requires it. So if your teacher does not require it, I'm just going to leave it right there and hit create citation. Once you hit create citation, that citation is saved for you under your username and password, so you can log out and come back to it and it will still be there. So that one is finished. I can X out of that one. Now I am using this article from SIRS. And again, I need to know what kind of resource this came from. So I can see the Pittsburgh Tribune Review. Tribune, if you don't know, is typically a newspaper, but if I go back to my search results, I can look at the little icon in front of it. So this is my article, and this right here tells me news. So I know I'm using a newspaper. From EasyBib, I'll choose newspaper, and once again, I just copy my title, paste it in here, and hit cite this. This for sure is the name of my article, and now I need to search to see if I can find it. And it doesn't seem to be there. So my next option is to maybe choose from the author. See what else that author has written. And Tori has written other articles, but it doesn't look like Tori is located within EasyBib for this. So I am going to go to my manual entry, and I got this from an online database, newspaper article. I still have my author in. So I am putting in Tori's information, and I have to go back to get my article title. Just copying and pasting, and then I have to fill in the blanks for everything that's here. Only include the city if it's not in the newspaper name. In this case it is, so I'm leaving it. Edition and section. Is there extra information on that? If I click on citation, I don't see it down here at all if it's an evening or morning edition. The date it was published. So I go back to my date, August 23rd of 2012. Make sure you include that. Pages. NP tells me no pages. I can go back up at the top and see if there is a page, and again it tells me NP, which is no page. And then my date of access, I'll put today, and again the URL, I do not need to include it. My database, SIRS Researcher, comes up for me. Add that, and then all I need to do is create citation, and this is done for me in the exact correct format. Now you might be able to research the web, and I did a Google search on school uniforms. When I did that, I got ads related to, and then all of these places where I can shop for school uniforms. So I would have to include something else, like maybe debate, research, pros, cons, that kind of thing. Well, I can research right within EasyBib. There's a research tab. So if I click on this research tab, type in school uniforms because that's what I'm researching. Then I have lots of different sources, academic sources, online, and I can do all sources. Academic resources tend to be journals if you want to go online. This is a list of credible websites as per EasyBib who have already done the website evaluation. So I can click on this right here, the title, and it takes me to a website that I can read through and decide if I want to use it in my research paper or not. If this is indeed what I've decided that I want to use, then all I need to do is click this Cite It button, and it automatically adds it into my bibliography for me. But I do need to see if there's information that I need to edit. So, was it originally published on a website? Yes, it was. Here's the name of the article, and it gives me specific information that I might need to make sure that I am doing, like capitalizing my important words. And here's the author, my website title, the publisher sponsor, my URL. I am not using the URL. I left it in there because it's not going to display it. It tells me no, don't display it in my works cited. Is there a day that it was published? So I go back into the article and look to see if there's a date. Typically it's at the top. These are references, so even though there are dates here, this is not the date that this was published. I have to go to the very end of the article, which is on the next page, and I do not see a date. Now, about is updated, but it doesn't say that this article was updated or when it was created. So I'm going to leave that blank. And I just hit Create Citation. So once you have all of your resources added into this database, you can be ready to print. And just click this Print as a Word Document button, and I'm just going to open it because it is saved on the cloud. Microsoft Word opens for me, and this is in the exact perfect format that I need. It's double spaced, it's in alphabetical order, and here's a hanging indent. Leave it alone. EasyBib puts it in the format that's necessary for the MLA rules, and you're all set. Print it out with your paper, and you'll be good to go.